Court rejects challenge to Trump ending thousands of migrants' legal status. A federal appeals court on Friday rejected a legal challenge by immigrant rights advocates seeking to preserve temporary legal status for hundreds of thousands of migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. The ruling marks a major victory for the Trump administration, which has aggressively sought to roll back humanitarian protections extended under previous administrations. First Circuit overturns District Court ruling. The Boston-based First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the earlier decision of U.S. District Judge Indira Talwani, who had blocked the administration's attempt to end the programs. Talwani had previously ruled that Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem did not have the discretion to revoke the immigration parole granted to roughly 430,000 migrants during the Biden administration. Supreme Court already allowed terminations to proceed. In May, the U.S. Supreme Court placed Talwani's ruling on hold, allowing the administration to move forward with terminating the programs while appeals continued. This effectively permitted the deportation risk for thousands of migrants to become immediate despite ongoing litigation. Judges cite legal authority under the Immigration and Nationality Act. Judge Gustavo Gelpi, writing for the three-judge panel, acknowledged the difficult position imposed on parolees, many of whom entered the U.S. legally under the program. Migrants now face the stark choice of returning to dangerous conditions in their home countries or remaining in the United States at the risk of detention and removal. Nevertheless, Gelpi concluded that plaintiffs failed to demonstrate that Secretary Noem lacked the legal authority under the Immigration and Nationality Act to end the programs. Importantly, all three judges on the panel had been appointed by Democratic presidents, underscoring the legal rather than partisan basis of the decision. Biden-era humanitarian parole programs at stake. The Biden administration had launched the parole initiative in 2022, initially extending it to Venezuelans who entered by air, provided they passed security vetting and secured a U.S.-based sponsor. The program was later expanded in 2023 to include Cubans, Haitians, and Nicaraguans. By January 2025, more than 532,000 migrants had been granted parole. However, Secretary Noem's March 2025 decision to terminate the programs directly affected about 430,000 people. Advocates call ruling devastating but hopeful. Esther Sung, an attorney with the Justice Action Center representing the migrants, described the decision as devastating, but emphasized that it leaves open avenues for further legal challenges. She expressed cautious optimism that immigrant advocates could still prevail as the case advances toward final judgment. Justice Department and DHS responses. The Justice Department, which urged the appeals court to overturn Talwani's ruling, highlighted the Supreme Court's earlier intervention as a reason to reject plaintiffs' claims. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security has not yet provided an official response, leaving uncertainty about how aggressively the administration will enforce the program's termination in practice. While immigrant advocates vowed to continue their legal fight, the ruling reinforces the administration's authority to revoke broad humanitarian parole programs, leaving hundreds of thousands of migrants facing an uncertain future in the United States. That is all for today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Court rejects challenge to Trump ending thousands of migrants' legal status. A federal appeals court upheld the Trump administration's decision to revoke humanitarian parole programs that granted temporary legal status to about 430,000 migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. The First Circuit overturned Judge Indira Talwani ruling, filing Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem had authority under the Immigration and Nationality Act to end the programs. The Supreme Court had already allowed terminations to proceed in May. The Biden administration created and expanded the parole system, benefiting over 532,000 migrants. Advocates call the ruling devastating, but see room for future challenges. The Justice Department defended the decision, while DHS remained silent.